Hey everyone, welcome to the cooking show where we show real people how to make really great food, and a lot easier than you might ever imagine, and I don't know, maybe have a little bit of fun in the process. My name's Nate. What we're going to do today, now that it's officially summer down here in Florida, is go after one of the classics. How about key lime pie? It's one of my favorites. So first thing we're going to do is head off to the store, grab the ingredients, and we'll get this thing underway, and before you know it, we'll be back by the pool and enjoying this dish. So follow me, let's go.
Day by day keeps on getting.
Here's the basic list. We need eggs, limes, some key lime juice, sweet condensed milk, unsalted butter, and graham cracker crumbs. And then if you have some cinnamon, that's good too. Oh man, we hit the jackpot. When I'm looking for limes, I'm looking for really nice plump ones. Like this. This one looks pretty good, right? Grab a couple of these. And some graham cracker crumbs to make our crust. Some unsalted butter, one 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, and naturally key lime juice as long as you can get a hold of it. Otherwise, just find some decent lime juice and you'll be in good shape. Okay guys, I think we got all this stuff. Let's head back to the house and put it all together. Alright guys, welcome back. Now that we have all the stuff that we need, let's get cooking. First thing we're going to do is put together that graham cracker crust, get that baked, and then finish up the pie. So to put the graham cracker crust, what do we need? Let's check it out. Obviously graham crackers, that's 1.5 cups ready for us. Cinnamon, and then butter. Actually what we're doing is just doing 6 tablespoons. If you look at the markings up here, I cut 2 of them off, so that's how much butter we're going to need for this. And then you can use a little bit of white sugar for graham cracker crust, but I don't like to simply because it would make the key lime pie too sweet. Alright, first thing we need to do is melt that 6 tablespoon stick of butter. Want to get it to almost liquid, but be careful not to turn up the heat too high. Try to keep it a little less than medium, otherwise you could burn the fat in the butter. Try to get it mostly liquid. It doesn't need to be all the way. And go ahead and add that 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Stir it up and go from there. Pretty easy so far. Now that we've stirred this up, you can notice the texture seems really light, but when you push with the spoon, it starts to take the texture of almost like dough. But then you can stir it back up and it's nice, light, and fluffy. This is the time to go ahead and add that cinnamon, stir it up, and then we'll put it in the pan. Wow, I love the smell when that cinnamon hits the hot graham crackers and the butter. It just comes together really, really well. But now that we have all our ingredients together, we've got to make the crust. All right, go throw your oven on to 375. Let this heat up while we make the crust. And now it's really fun. You get to get your hands dirty. Get in there and just make yourself a pie shell. You'll see it's kind of like clay or dough, and the more you press on it, the more it'll form. Be careful, it can be kind of hot though. Now that we have this pressed out evenly, let's go ahead and throw it in the oven for about 5 minutes at 375 just to toast it a little bit. Oh man, and we have our delicious graham cracker crust ready for us. Just gonna let that cool for a little bit and finish up the filling. And now onto the filling, we're gonna need a couple of eggs, one 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, and of course your Key West lime juice. What we need to do is get the egg yolks out of this egg, or out of both eggs. And so what obviously you have to do is give it a crack. And what I do is over the sink is just crack it into my hand. And then you see the whites actually fall into the sink. Then what I'll do is actually just let it run through my fingers. You don't want to break the yolk, obviously, so be pretty gentle with it. And then once you have most of the whites out, it'll look something like that. You can go ahead and throw it in the bowl, and we'll move on. Cool. Okay, now that we have our egg yolks in the bowl, we're going to go ahead and put this on just the first setting, the lowest setting that you have on your mixer. Then just start to add this stuff. Slowly add it, letting it mix all the way through. Perfect. This is starting to look really smooth, really delicious. And then go ahead and scoop the rest of the contents out of the can. You want all that condensed milk in there. Now it's time to add the best part. 1/4 cup, 1/4 cup key lime juice. And depends on how tart you like it. I tend to pour kind of heavy, to be honest, on that, just because I like a little more tart. But make it to your flavor. But about 1/4 cup is usually where that sits. But it's not an exact science. Way to figure out if it's tart enough for you, let's try it. And you'll actually get a really good preview of what this is going to taste like. Oh, that's really good. That's really, really good. But now what we're going to do just to finish it off is give it a little bit of lime rind just to round it out, I suppose. So on the smaller end of your cutting board, just sort of shave off some of the skin. And that'll just give it a really nice, cool flavor to finish off your pie. So go ahead and do it for most of the whole lime. So that's probably good. I mean, you can see I pretty much mucked up most of this lime, and so now you've got this nice lime rind in the mix. Go ahead and give that a quick mix up, and then we're pretty much done. Now just take your delicious filling and fill your pie crust that we made earlier. Use a spoon to make sure that you get all of it out of there, and because you don't want any of it to go to waste. Oh man, I'm excited about this one. Really get all of it out of here. All right, last step here, we just gotta smooth out the filling, swirl it around, make it your own, be artistic if you like, or you can be like me and try not to mess it up too bad like I just did there. But anyway, the next step's simply going to be to throw it in the refrigerator for about 4 hours and let it set up. And what's so cool about key lime pies is there's actually no baking involved with it besides obviously cooking the graham cracker crust, because the acid in the key lime juice, or I guess lime juice in general, cooks the egg yolk, so you're not actually eating raw eggs, but instead a really cool, refreshing pie. So this is looking pretty good to me. I'm pretty excited about this. So let's go ahead and finish this up. That looks good, and throw it in the fridge, and man, tell me that doesn't look good.
Keeps on getting harder.
What he's doing? Oh yeah, this is gonna be really good. You can actually see the lime rinds in there. All we need to do now is garnish it and then start to serve. I'm gonna slice a few lime discs to give it some garnish. So we're gonna try and cut them, I don't know, about 1/8 of an inch. And try to get at least 6 of them. Now cut these in half, and then we're gonna go ahead and put them onto the pie like that, all the way around. And that's what it should look like. I mean, there's a million different creative ways to make it for a presentation, but in the end, it's all going to taste pretty awesome. So I guess after all that, all we need to do is eat some. So let's grab a plate. And now we get to enjoy. Oh yeah. Good thing we did this one. It's really hot here today, so this is always one of my favorites. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something, but mostly I hope you had a little bit of fun. But be sure to comment if you want me to try anything else. But until next time, we'll see you soon.
Trying to get by, trading shame for